Welcome to another episode of Battle Axe, coming to you from the Bustin' Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque. I'm Joey Danya, alongside Bobby Bradford. This is the final week of a 7-week regular season. After this week's action, it'll be time for a double elimination postseason tournament where we will crown a Battle Axe champion. If you're new to the program, let's break down the rules of Battle Axe. All of those points moving inward towards the bullseye are worth 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The bullseye is worth 6 points. And then the small blue dot on the outermost ring, that's worth 8 points. It's what's called a kill shot. At any point during a match, a player can go for it. If they hit it, they get 8 points. If they miss it, they get none, Bobby.
They get absolutely nothing. And Joey, this is the World Axe Throwing League Championship belt. This is what everyone's going to be chasing in the Week 8 Double Elimination Championship. I think we're going to be seeing some pretty high scores here, Joey, with everyone getting ready for that tournament.
The Bustin' Axe Throwing Range World Axe Throwing League Champion belt. It's a thing of beauty.
It is. Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw is currently the holder of the belt, but I have a sneaky suspicion that we have a competitor that's looking to take it from him.
Indeed we do, and let's take a look at the standings. After 6 weeks of competition, the top contender to take that belt away from Bradshaw is Chris D'Onofrio. He's unbeaten this season, 24-0, averaging nearly 56 points per game.
Yeah, Chris is just putting together a remarkable season, but as you can see there, Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw only back 30 points in the standings, so we'll see how tonight shakes up everything. But behind Matt is Casey Nines, Hannah Brussel, Sarah Murray, Cody Yoakum, Stephanie Prine, Eric Schizzle, Everett Schur, and Nicole D'Onofrio.
A lot of contenders looking to win it all. Time to get things started here in week number 7. Sarah Murray going to take on Casey Laser Wolf Nines.
Yeah, so Casey looking to improve his record and possibly jockey himself into the second position, Joey.
For Sarah.
Casey Nines coming into this one with a record of 20-4. He's won a lot of matches. He's been around Battle Axe since the very beginning. He's made it all the way to the championship before, but he's never been able to win it all.
Yeah, never been able to seal the deal. He's done a really nice job this season, though, Joey, of eliminating those four-stars matchups. So he starts off the match with a 4, but a nice response with a bullseye there to take a 2-point lead over Sarah Murray.
Murray coming in with a record of 14-10. She's getting better and better, and she's looking to bring that momentum into the postseason.
Yeah, she's really getting hot at the right time here, Joey. So she started off the season a little off, but she has kind of righted the ship, so to speak. And she's only down by 4 with 7 throws to go.
Back-to-back bullseyes from Casey Nines. Can he make it 3 in a row for a unicorn? Just missed it.
5 and bullseye, Sarah.
Just missed it, so Casey missing out on the unicorn opportunity.
Meanwhile, Murray connects for her first bullseye of the match to get within 3.
Yeah, so Sarah's made some really nice adjustments with her game, much more consistent throws. Earlier in the season, we saw some drops out of her, some uncharacteristic threes. So nice to see that those haven't been plaguing her in this matchup so far.
And she picks up another point here on her 5th throw. She's only trailing by 2 after the first half of this one. Nines and Murray switch sides and get ready to go for the second half.
Looks like a couple 5s there, so looks like the turn didn't hurt anybody. We've seen it time and time again, Joey, where competitors are throwing so well and they have to change lanes, and all of a sudden the throw gets away from them. So it's nice to see they're still on track.
Murray and Nines both looking like they're in postseason form right now. Another bullseye from Nines. That'll extend his lead to 4 with just 3 throws to go.
Yeah, and something we haven't generally seen from Sarah so far is a kill shot, so I wonder with the tournament right around the corner here, Joey, and the deficit she's down, I wonder if we see a kill shot attempt in this matchup.
Well, now it's a 5-point advantage for Nines. No indication here from Murray of the kill shot.
No, I think it would matter on this particular throw here, Joey. If she can get a point on Casey, then she could entertain it for the victory. But down by 6, though, you know, if you're not going to come away, you're going to rely on Casey having a drop or something like that. I would go for the kill shot here. Get comfortable with it. There's no indication that she's going to go for it, but I'd like to see these throwers be aggressive.
4 and 4?
Well, Murray and Nines wrap this one up with a couple of 4s. A great round of 50 for Casey Nines to get the win over Sarah Murray.
Yeah, so Casey starting off the night really hot, comes in with a score of 50 to improve his record to 21-4. So really nice job. Looks like he's in postseason form. And then for Sarah, as you can see, a nice stretch of throws between her fourth and sixth throw, 6, 5, and 5. Everything else is 4, so she's definitely going to want to improve on that, try to make that progression in that 5 and 6 ring a little more consistently. But both players look like pretty hard outs come the tournament time.
Yeah, Casey Nines looking like a championship contender. Once again, we are just getting the action started here in week number 1. It's time now for our next matchup in our final week of the regular season. Eric the Scope Shizzle, a former champion, ready to take on Hannah Happy Feet Brussel.
Yeah, so Hannah looking to take home the belt for the first time in her axe throwing career. Both competitors come in at 16-8. In that dangerous middle of the pack, as Eric was talking about last week on the show.
Well, a couple of great throws there, awfully close to the bullseyes for both Brussel and Shizzle, but they just miss them. A couple of 5s to start this one.
Yep. So for Eric, it's really about finding that 5 and 6 ring consistently. He's been really aggressive with that kill shot, part of the reason why his record is 16-8. But he's starting to put up some really impressive numbers, really expanding that total that he is looking for.
If I say it,
well, Happy Feet almost returned to her old form. That's why we gave her the nickname Happy Feet way back in season number 1.
Correct.
She used to have a lot of those footfalls, but she hasn't had a lot of them since.
Yeah, she almost reverted to her old ways. We'll see here what Jenny rules here on this throw. Looks like it's a 4. So Eric with a 3-point lead going into the 4th throw. Hannah, as we've seen, she started to make that progression in that 5 and 6 ring, Joey, but now she's slowly starting to revert back to that 4 text. So despite anything that happens tonight, Joey, she just kind of wants to improve, make that adjustment back into that 5 and 6 ring.
Yeah, she's been remarkably consistent in that ring before, so she knows she can get there. It's just a matter of getting it to go right when the postseason gets underway here next week.
Well, there's nothing like getting those tournament juices going, so maybe that's all she needs to find that 5 and 6 ring. Doing a nice job there on that last throw, finding a bullseye.
As for Eric the Scope, he, of course, has won a championship, but he hasn't won it all since changing arms. He had to throw with the left arm for a while because of an injury. Now he's back to throwing with the right hand. We'll see how he does this postseason.
Absolutely. So the players will switch sides here. Eric with a 2-point lead going into the turn.
For Eric, 5, Hannah.
The axe getting away from Eric there. Looks like a 4. And a nice job capitalize on Eric's mistake. Hannah gains a point to make this thing a 1-point lead for Eric the Scope Shizzle.
You figure this would be a good one, and it's living up to all the hype.
Oh, man. You can feel it in the air, Joey. Everyone knows the tension's starting to grow because that Week 8 tournament's right around the corner. Everyone's really trying to perfect their throw. And then, as we said in the beginning, Joey, there's some jockeying for position that can happen here tonight. So it's definitely an exciting time.
This is the type of match that you expect to see when we get to the postseason. A couple of veterans of this league who are both playing very well. And like you said, there's a lot of players just like this. They're right in the middle of the pack, and they're all hungry to go get out there in the postseason and make some noise.
Oh, yeah. Every throw is so important, Joey. And as we can see, we are in a 1-point game here, so this thing is still wide open. Looks like a 5 there for Eric. Oh, and it's a very close. That is a bullseye there for Hannah.
How about that? It ties the game at 46. Brussel has a shot at a unicorn on her final throw. And it's going to come down to this final throw unless we get sudden death.
Unless we get sudden death, you could see Eric checking that bullseye there just to see maybe if he got a little sliver of that red, knowing how important that point is. But Hannah unable to hit the 5 ring to keep pace. So nice job for Eric the Scope.
Well, Eric the Scope Shizzle winning by the slimmest of margins, 51-50. Both of these competitors definitely in postseason form. They played very well here today.
Absolutely. If you look at Eric's score sheet there, that 1-4 on a 6th throw, everything else is 5s and 6s. So definitely the position he wants to be in, improves his record to 17-8. And then for Hannah, just that devastating 4 on that 10th throw. But she can really hang her hat. She was living in that 5 and 6 ring, Joey. Only 3 4s on her scoreboard. So 50-51, Hannah falls to 16-9.
Well, Eric the Scope Shizzle looking to get back on top of the Battle Axe Mountain. Here he is on getting ready for the postseason.
Obviously, you guys know with me, from week 1 to week 7, I am the greatest there ever will be, whatever is going to be done. I'm always serious underneath, but you gotta keep it light for those first 7 weeks, not to intimidate, the rest of the people. They still got to know that we're having fun too. But no, next Wednesday, it's going to be going on. It's going to be great. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. Win or lose, every game, every point, every shot, you just reset and go again. So, it'll be serious. But I think afterwards is when, we really start to just kind of loosen up. We give away some prizes. We're having a lot of food. There's, the belt, of course, to win, that kind of stuff. We give some cash away, too, while we're at it. And, that's kind of when it starts to get really back down to the fun stuff. But, you've got 2 games to win, possibly up to 5-7 games played for the tournament. So that's it's going to be a good day.
Can't wait to get the tournament started, but we've got a lot more action still to come in week number 7. Before we do, we'll bring it to you straight ahead. Stay tuned for more Battle Axe. Welcome back to Battle Axe. As always, coming to you from the Bustin' Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque, Iowa. I'm Joey Danya alongside Bobby Bradford. We're just getting the action started here in week number 7, the final week before we get the postseason started for a double elimination tournament to crown a Battle Axe champion. Our next matchup here in week number 7, Nicole D'Onofrio will be taking on Gina Feenstra. So Feenstra and D'Onofrio going head-to-head, Bobby.
Yeah, so Nicole coming in at 12-12, Gina at 5-19.
4-4.
Thunderous 4 there from Gina.
Yeah, she's got a really strong throw, and she's off to a nice start here with a 4.
Yeah, she's just kind of trying to live in that vortex, trying to inch closer and closer to that 5 and 6 ring. And then for Nicole, we've seen her just throw up some really impressive scores for her first time on Battle Axe. Unfortunately, though, that is a drop.
3?
It tried to hang in the wood there, Joey.
Well, a shaky start here for Nicole D'Onofrio. Gina Feenstra now has a 3-point advantage.
Well, as we all know, the double elimination tournament, Joey, it's a gauntlet. You're going to face a lot of trials and tribulations. A nice response there by Nicole.
Bullseye
And it looks like a bullseye there for Gina as well. So you're going to face a lot of obstacles, Joey. So you're going to get used to some disappointment every once in a while.
Yeah, you'd certainly rather have the drop here opposed to next week in the postseason.
Exactly. So, but a nice response there. She had a bullseye. Looks like that's a 5 there for Nicole.
5, Nicole.
You got to have a short memory in this game.
And so far, it's paying
All right,
off for
throw
D'Onofrio.
5, Gina's
She's
up
now
by
within 2.
Yeah, and as you can see, going back to that second throw, Joey, even though she did have a drop, Gina wasn't really able to capitalize on it too much. She threw a 3 herself, so still made this a manageable game. And now Nicole's living in that 5 and 6 ring.
D'Onofrio keeping the pressure on Gina Feenstra. She gets within 1 as they make the turn here for the second half.
Yeah, so don't want to jinx Gina at all, but she's done a nice job of eliminating her drops in this game. Looks like the axe is hitting really
4 and
flush
4.
into the board.
Well, remains a 1-point lead for Feenstra. 4 throws to go now. Feenstra unable to really get out of that vortex thus far.
Yeah, she's had a nice bullseye, and that's a nice bullseye there by Nicole. And there it is. There's another bullseye there for Gina.
Right on cue, she says, take a look at that.
Yeah, so interesting. Both competitors throw a bullseye at the same time. It's a 1-point lead here for Gina going into the 8th throw.
So this is throw.
It looks like Nicole is getting a score check here. Oh, and she's going for a kill shot here, Joey.
Love the aggressive call here from Nicole D'Onofrio. Let's see if it pays off.
It looks like she's off the mark there, but not by much.
4 and miss.
And Gina will just play the board, take the 4 to make this a 5-point game. I wouldn't be surprised. There it is. Wouldn't be surprised if she went for it again. And
Well-
Nicole's actually in an interesting position here, Joey. So when a player does have a drop in the game, they can go for an extra kill shot. So they can go for 3 kill shots if they have a drop in the game.
0 and bullseye.
That, of course, would be the deadly unicorn.
The
If you can
deadly
hit
unicorn.
3 kill shots in a row.
Last throw.
She's going to go for another one. Why not?
Absolutely. Well, she's down by 11. Gina with a nice bullseye there on her 9th throw. You might as well take advantage of the drop and try to at least practice that kill shot. I love the aggressive play. Ah, she's off the mark. You can see she's a little frustrated.
0 bullseye.
Nice bullseye there for Gina, though.
Well, a hot second half for Gina Feenstra. She gets the win, 47-30.
Yeah, a really nice game here for Gina Feenstra. She improves her record to 6-19. As you can see there, she has 4 bullseyes on the score sheet, so a nice impressive score of 47. It looks like she's ready for the tournament. And then for Nicole D'Onofrio, she does fall to 12-13, but she got some kill shot attempts in there, really aggressive play, and a nice response from that drop on her second throw.
Gina Feenstra will take this just about every time. If she can continue to throw bullseyes at this pace, she's going to be a tough out when we get to the postseason next week. Well, Battle Axe, of course, is at the forefront of a game that just continues to grow in popularity. Let's throw it down to Eric the Scope Shizzle to get his thoughts on the growth of axe throwing.
Sure. I mean, we're talking 10 years old. Ballpark estimate on the sport from where we've got it, World Axe Throwing League, to now is, like I said, it's ballpark 10 years. That's pretty young when you think of any sport, any of them. I couldn't even tell you how old golf is, and that's been here forever, as far as I know. So, if you think about the longevity of the sport, the activities that we have coming to it, yeah, this is the sport being born right here on TV. So it's great. It's great. We've got it documented.
And it's great to be a part of it, Bobby.
Absolutely. I love doing this show, and I love seeing it grow.
Well, time now for our next matchup. Casey Laser Wolf Nines getting back out there to take on Eric the Scope Shizzle. This should be a great matchup. It always is when these two meet up.
Yeah, another heavyweight matchup here. Looks like a couple 4s there for each competitor to start off the match. Probably not the start they're looking for, but something tells me they're going to start honing it in closer to that 5 and 6 ring.
Casey Nines got the victory here earlier today, 50-44 over Sarah Murray. Meanwhile, Eric the Scope picked up a win over Hannah Brussel, 51-50. So a round of 51 for the Scope, a round of 50 for Nines. These two looking to add on to it here as they get ready for the postseason and get another win.
Absolutely. It looks like that's a 5 there for Eric. It could be a 5 there for Casey.
5 Eric, 5
Popping through on the top side of the blade there for Casey Laser Wolf Nines. And for anyone new to the program, again, that blade has to be popping through on each side of the wood. So the top of Casey's blade there popping through on the 5 ring. It looks like a 4 there for Casey. That could be a bullseye if it's popping through on the bottom hand side of that blade there for Eric the Scope.
5 Eric.
But ruled a 5.
Still no bullseyes in this one for
All right.
either
Fifth
Shizzle
row,
or
and you're tied at
Nines.
18.
Yeah, a bit surprising, but no surprise that going into the 5th throw, we're all tied up. We knew this thing was going to be close.
Yeah, sometimes you just kind of play to the level of your
5 Eric?
competition. I know that's not what these players want to do,
Yeah.
but sometimes that's the way it unfolds.
Yeah, sometimes it just happens, Joey.
I'm sorry.
So very close to being a 5 there for Casey. Unfortunately, it is a
argue it?
4.
Okay.
Jenny giving them a chance at the second opinion, but Casey electing not to. And maybe just a change of scenery is what these competitors need here, Joey.
A 1-point game after the first half of this one.
4 Eric, 5
Well, and it's
Casey.
something what we always talk about when you're, especially when you're playing, the high caliber players here in this league. You got to capitalize on those mistakes. And when you get to kind of the upper echelons of the competitors in this league, those 4s are mistakes. So neither competitor here really able to capitalize on any of those mistakes. And just when they hit their first bullseye, we're still all tied up.
High five. We are tied at 33 with 3 throws to go.
Looks like a
5 and
5 there for Casey. You can see Eric wants to get a little closer look. But he gets there. He doesn't see the bullseye popping through on the left-hand side. We're still all tied up. Possibly sudden death around the corner here, Joey.
Just 2 throws to go here to settle this one between Nines
Ooh.
and
5
Shizzle.
Eric, 4 Casey.
Although Eric does take a 1-point
All
lead
right.
going into the 10th throw.
Last throw, Eric's up by 1.
Another 1-point game here for Eric the Scope. Let's see how he fares.
We've had some nail-biting action thus far here in our final week of the regular season. Here we go.
Looks like a 5. Casey needs a bullseye. Oh, it's ever so close.
5 Casey, bullseye Eric.
Well, Eric the Scope puts it away with a bullseye. He gets the win over Nines, 49-38. to 47.
Yeah, so Eric had the bullseye popping through on the right-hand side of the blade there on his 10th throw for a score of 49. Improves his record to 18-8. Not as many 5s and 6s in this match as he did in his first matchup, but still a nice round of 49. And then for Casey Laserwolf 9s, getting stuck in that vortex a little bit too much. Just the one bullseye on his card. Falls to 21-5. But we know he can put up some impressive scores.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing these two in the postseason. They certainly look ready to make a little run when we get to that playoff next week. We've got a lot more action still to come here in week number 7. We'll bring it all to you straight ahead here on MC22. Stay tuned for more Battle Axe. Welcome back to Battle Axe. I'm Joey Danya alongside Bobby Bradford at the Bustin' Axe Throwing Range. It's the final week of our regular season before a double elimination postseason tournament next week. There's a lot of high-caliber players in this league, and Hannah Brussel wants to be among the very best. Let's throw it down to Hannah to get her thoughts on the benefits of going up against so many quality opponents.
There is, yeah, and it's cool to have people who are like very, very serious about the sport, who know how to teach, they know how to help you, they know, the little tips and tricks of, oh, your elbow was just an inch too far out, or you're throwing a little bit too light. Like, they can look at you and pick up on what the issue is and help you fix that, which is really good. So having that, yeah, it does balance, yeah.
Well, this is such a great league to learn in, and there's so many tremendous competitors to learn from. Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw, of course, none better than the defending champion. Let's throw it down to Bradshaw to get his thoughts on finding his balance between competition and having fun.
That's where I want to get to. I want to get to what I call my baseline, is to where I just throw and I don't think about it. That's the muscle memory. That's the retention of how to throw. You've made all the necessary adjustments. You know what you need to do. Now it's just a matter of going do it. Once you establish that baseline, then you don't think about it, then you can have fun at that point. So I'm almost there, not quite there yet, but I think it's a case where as long as I start having fun, everything else will come into play. And that's where my mindset is now, is I can't worry about being so focus driven. Just have fun with it, relax, and just trust in your throw, and that the level of competition will end up coming up.
The Magic Man looking to make it 3 consecutive Battle Axe championships, Bobby.
Looking for the three-peat.
Well, he's going to get things started here in week number 7 with a matchup against Hannah Happy Feet Brussel. This should be a fun one. Obviously, Bradshaw is somebody that Brussel has the utmost respect for, and now she's going to look to take him down.
Absolutely. This should be a great matchup. Matt coming in at 22-2, Hannah at 16-9. Hannah fell to Eric the Scope Chisel earlier tonight, but a nice start for both competitors, a couple bullseyes. To your point, Joey, playing to the level of your competition, when Hannah's going up against Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw, she knows she has to elevate her game, and we've seen her time and time again rise to that occasion.
5 and bullseye, Matt.
Well, that one is a 4 for Brussel. Didn't miss the 5 by much.
It was a 4. Okay.
It's a 2-point advantage now for Bradshaw.
Yeah, initially ruled a 5 there, and then Hannah got a closer look and saw that it was a 4. If she's going to beat the Magic Man, she wants to do it honorably, Joey.
Bradshaw going for a 3rd straight bullseye.
Ooh.
And we've got a unicorn from the man wearing duck pants. That's quacktastic.
It is quacktastic. Nice terminology there, Joey. So a unicorn to start off the match, and Hannah not too far off from a unicorn. They're very close to being a 5 there. I like her release point. She's got a nice, easy release point going on here tonight, Joey.
Yeah, she's looking primed for the postseason. She came up just 1 point short earlier here today against Eric the Scope Chisel. 51-50 was the final in that one.
So a 3-point lead here for the Magic Man going into the 5th throw. I just love his throws so much, Joey. It's no wasted motion. Just nice, easy, and tight, right to the bullseye.
5 straight bullseyes from Bradshaw to start this one.
That was your 5th.
He'll take a 5-point lead into the second half.
So still a possibility for Hannah to come back in this thing. Obviously, he's got to live in that 5 and 6 ring and hope for some mistakes from the Magic Man. That 4 getting away from her a little bit.
Another unicorn for the Magic Man. 6 in a row.
A double unicorn here. No, he didn't call for the kill shot, but I think he's egging her on a little bit here, Joey.
Well, at a certain point, Brussels doesn't have much to lose if she opts to go for the kill shot. Obviously, points determine the postseason standings, so you want to keep that in mind as well.
Yeah, she's in a position in the standings, Joey, that those points are very important. I mean, she could, believe she's in 4th place right now. I mean, she can slide all the way to 6th, possibly 7th place if these players get really hot. So, although she'd like to go for the kill shot and attempt it, she needs those points as well.
7 consecutive bullseyes for Bradshaw. Can he make it 8 in a row?
Gosh, and Joey, they're just flush bullseyes. They're not just barely hitting there. They are flush right in the middle of that bullseye. So
All right, throw now.
it's safe to say Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw's in tournament form.
Safe to say he's having fun, too. He was talking
True.
about finding that healthy balance of competition and fun, and, boy, he looks like he's having a good time right now.
Absolutely, and it looks like he's lining up for the kill shot here, Joey. So not to be outdone. 8 6s are not enough. He wants that wants that kill shot, and off just a little bit to the right. You know, Hannah's just consummate cheerleader,
Throw. Matt is up by
kind of egging him on, wants him to go for another kill shot so he can, so she can at least make this thing a little more respectable.
Bradshaw is egging her on now.
Exactly.
They're going to just take the points.
Yeah, so I don't know if Matt decided. It looks like he's lining up to play the board here. I didn't see any indication from him that he is going to go for the kill shot.
Bullseye Matt.
But what else is new? Another bullseye there for Matt the Magic Man.
44 to 54.
9 bullseyes for the Magic Man. A missed kill shot. It all adds up for a round of 54 and another win.
Yeah, it improves his record to 23-2, 9 bullseyes in the matchup, Joey, and then a failed kill shot, but an impressive score of 54. Definitely a dominant performance and looked like he was in postseason form from the get-go. And then for Hannah, she did a nice job starting this match off. She was close going into the turn. A couple bullseyes there in her first 5 throws, but too many 4s on the back end and an unfortunate 3 on her 10th throw. She falls to 16-10, but as we've already seen earlier tonight, Joey, she can put up some serious points.
Yeah, we know Hannah Brussels has much better games ahead, and we'll get to see that come postseason time. Everett Shore ready to go here in Week 7. He's going to take on Cody Yoakum. Yoakum and Shore touching tips of the axes, and we are ready to go.
Yeah, a couple competitors in that very strong middle ground. Any one of these competitors can make a really, really solid run in the postseason tournament here, Joey.
4 and 4.
Couple of 4s to start this one from Yoakum and Shore. Yoakum coming in with a record of 13-11, Shore 11-13.
And for both competitors here, Joey, I mean, they made that progression. We've seen them at times really live in that 5 and 6 ring. Obviously, anyone can get stuck in that vortex a little bit, but for Everett, it's that aggressive kill shot mentality that's really going to separate him from other competitors. And then for Cody, I want him to embrace a little bit of Everett's mentality and go for that kill shot a little bit more.
Yeah, we haven't seen him do it much at all this season, but he's going to have to do it in the postseason if he wants to make a run.
Exactly. Yeah, it's very rare that you make it all the way to the semifinals, finals in the double elimination tournament without attempting a kill shot. So it's better to get used to it now and then still have to do it when everything's on the line.
Incredible focus, as always, from Cody Yoakum here for his 4th throw.
Axe getting away from him a little bit. That looks like a 5, could be a 6 there for Cody, or for Everett, excuse me, and it is ruled a bullseye.
All right.
So
5th
Everett
throw,
Shore
Everett's up by 3.
building a 3-point lead here after 4 throws.
Yeah, so Everett doing a nice job of living in that 5 and 6 ring. Cody not missing that 5 and 6 ring by much. A nice throw there by both competitors.
5 Cody.
Back-to-back bullseyes from Everett Shore. He'll take a 4-point lead into the second half, and he's going to have a shot here at a unicorn on throw number 6.
Yeah, so hopefully the change of lane doesn't hurt him. Oh, it's close to a 5, but it looks like it's hitting that 5 ring a little too much. So it is a 4 for both competitors, a 4-point lead going into the 7th throw.
Cody Yoakum could use a bullseye right here.
Yeah, you can tell, you can just sense, Joey, that the energy in the room is different. You know, everyone's kind of really tense, hanging on every throw. Everett able to make up a point and to increase his lead to 35-30.
This one's starting to slip away for Cody Yoakum. Can he make a late run?
Another nice 5 there by Everett. And that looks really close to a 5, but it is a 4 there for Cody Yoakum.
Well, Bobby, you talked about going for the kill shot for Cody Yoakum. This wouldn't be a bad opportunity here.
Exactly, but it looks like he's going to just keep playing the board, wants to just kind of hone in that 5 and 6 ring. But Everett's just nice, easy release point. Doing a really good job of living in that 5 and 6 ring there, Joey. 45-39 going into his 10th throw. And Everett's getting a score check, and we just saw the indication there, Joey, so he is going to go for the kill.
Well, if he misses this,
Yes.
Yoakum would have a shot at sudden death with a bullseye.
That was a 5, though. Oh, and Mr. Kill.
How about that, Mr. Kill?
There you go.
53.
Ending it with a kill shot. He gets the win, 53-44.
Yeah, and you saw a little fist pump there by Everett Shore at the end of that match, hitting that kill shot. Nice flush kill shot, Joey. So he looks like he's in tournament form with a nice impressive score of 53. And that'll get the job done versus a lot of competitors. So a couple 6s there on his score sheet and a lot of 5s and only a couple 4s. So nice job by Everett. And then for Cody, too many 4s on the board, not a single bullseye, but we know he can do that. That's the thing. Where come tournament time, people can go and get on a run. They can start finding that consistent throw, and they can be very dangerous, and Cody is definitely one of those throwers.
Love the aggressive call there by Everett Shore to go for the kill shot. He knew worst-case scenario, he's going to sudden death, and he's just going to have a shot at another kill shot. He gets the win with the kill shot. We'll be right back with more Battle Axe. Stay tuned to MC22. Welcome back to Battle Axe at the Bustin' Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque. I'm Joey Danya alongside Bobby Bradford. We're bringing you all the action here in the final week of the regular season before a double elimination postseason tournament begins next week to crown our next Battle Axe champion. We've got 6 matches down, just 2 more to go. Stephanie Prime will be taking on Sarah Murray.
Yeah, so we saw Sarah earlier tonight go up against Casey Laserwolf Nines. She fell to 14-11. Stephanie coming in at 14-10.
4-4.
Almost identical records for these two competitors, and they both get this one started with a couple of 4s.
Yeah, this is a matchup, Joey, that's really important to both competitors as far as points are concerned. They're very close in the standings, so this could determine a lot.
Wouldn't expect to see a kill shot then, but we'll see how it plays out. Sarah Murray getting a 5 to take the early lead.
Yeah, so just eliminating those drops from their game. Both competitors are doing a really great job of that. And then we can see them starting to make that progression, Joey. And that's always so fun to see throwers starting to make that progression in that 5 and 6 ring. Looks like the axe is hitting the board really flush. No wobbly blades.
Well, it's a 5 for Prine on her 3rd throw, and that ties it up at 13.
Looks like another 5 there for Stephanie.
Back and forth we go.
All right,
Yep.
5th throw.
With that tournament right around the corner, we knew we were going to see a lot of close matches here tonight, Joey, because we're going to be living in them next week. This is good practice for everybody. Couple 4s there.
Stephanie Prine will take a 1-point lead into the second half.
Yeah, so no bullseyes on the board yet, but as we can see, those 5s are pretty close to that bullseye, and those 4s are pretty close to that 5. And
5 Stephanie, 4 Sarah.
so another 5 there for Stephanie popping through on the right-hand side of that blade. You saw just a sliver of that wood. And there's the call to the Prime Time Nation there.
She's up 2, and she's giving it to the crowd, getting them pumped up.
Well, we saw what happened last week when she got the nation involved.
4
Unfortunately, she didn't have a bullseye this time. Looks like a 4, but still a 1-point lead going into the 8th throw. Primetime Nation's going to need to do some work. Yeah, but again, just another matchup where you can just sense the tension in the room. We know that Stephanie thrives on having fun, staying relaxed, calm.
You're good.
But she knows that every point really matters in this matchup.
Yeah, much like the Magic Man talked about earlier, it's that healthy balance of having fun but staying competitive.
Exactly. And we have a great mix of that here at the Battle Axe Arena. Everyone wants to win. Everyone has a chance to win, which is always the fun part of the sport. Looks like a 5 there for Sarah. So she has tied this thing all up into the 10th throw.
Throw and you're tied at 39.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
39 all. One final throw here, unless we get sudden death.
And we haven't seen sudden death here tonight. And a Joey.
I think we're about to see it, Bobby.
I think we're about to see it.
All right.
So Stephanie really lucky that wasn't a 3. She almost lost this thing. And you could see there, she just wiping her brow. She knew that thing was a little too close for comfort. So both players will line up to take a kill shot. The closest to the kill shot will win the match. If they both hit, we go to the other side. Stephanie off, and Sarah lucky that thing stuck in the blade, or stuck in the wood. But comes away with the victory here, Joey.
It hung there in the wood, and Sarah gets the win. A sudden death victory for Sarah Murray after a round of 43.
Yeah, so Sarah might want to save some of that luck for next week because, man, that thing was lucky to stick. It looked like it almost hit in between the wood there, Joey. So either way, she comes out with the victory, improving her record to 15-11. Despite no single bullseyes being thrown in this matchup, still a really competitive matchup. Both competitors doing a really nice job of trading punches and taking this thing into sudden death overtime, and should be fun competitors in the tournament next week.
Well, earlier in tonight's program, we heard from Eric the Scope Shizzle about the growth of axe throwing. Let's throw it down now to the points leader, Chris D'Onofrio, to get his thoughts on a game that just continues to grow in popularity.
It's awesome. I was actually watching a clip. There is a news broadcast on a tournament that was, I believe, in North Dakota. It was at US Axe. The tournament was called Far Throw, and they did this whole bit on axe throwing and how it's growing and how much it's growing and how quickly it's growing. And it's awesome to be right at the forefront with all these new throwers coming in, because the new throwers are coming in. Us who have been throwing, we can help these guys or girls or kids or whoever, because it's for everybody. I've thrown against a 9-year-old, and it's a blast. And you help each other out, and being able to help these new throwers coming in means a ton to me, because I love this sport and I want to share it with everybody.
Chris D'Onofrio, a great ambassador of the game, a pioneer, if you will, of axe throwing.
Absolutely.
Well, we are ready to go here with our final matchup of the night. But before we get to that, let's throw it down to Matt Bradshaw to get his thoughts on achieving that perfect moment of zen.
In the most definite terms, yes, it is zen. But when you get into a competitive nature, that's when the nerves and the adrenaline starts to pump. And that somewhat takes over a little bit. But for the most part, this is a great group of folks, and it's just out here to have fun. That's what I got to keep reminding myself, that this is first and foremost fun, competition, and your goal setting and goal achievement follow after that.
Well, Matt Bradshaw, it's easy to have fun when you're winning.
Absolutely. When you're throwing up scores like you did versus Hannah earlier, it's pretty easy to have a good time.
Well, we have saved the best matchup for last. Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw taking on Chris the Dagger D'Onofrio. What a way to finish out the regular season.
Yeah, we've been waiting all season for this matchup, and we get it to end the regular season. No better way to set up the double elimination tournament.
You've got the back-to-back defending champion in Bradshaw taking on the points leader, undefeated Chris D'Onofrio, and what a start for these two. Couple of bullseyes and a high five.
Absolutely. Great competitors, great friends. So this should be a very exciting matchup. Matt coming in at 23-2. Chris coming in undefeated, looking to cap off a perfect regular season. Well, looks like that could be a bullseye popping through on the left-hand side, and it is for Matt the Magic Man as well. So it should come as no surprise that after 2 throws, both players have a chance at a unicorn here, Joey.
We could have the very rare double unicorn.
Double unicorn. So, yeah, a lot of fun going on in the arena here, but also a lot of intense competition. And it looks like Chris is off the mark there with a 5, but Matt says, I can still have a unicorn here.
They kind of stare each other down a little bit, have a little fun there after the 3rd throw. Bradshaw with a 1-point lead after the first 3 throws. See if he can make it 4 straight bullseyes here.
Yeah, so just both competitors, really great throwers, really consistent throwers. Looks like that's a bullseye there for Matt popping through on the top side of that blade.
All right,
And
good throw, Matt's
Chris not missing that bullseye by much, down by 2. But again, Joey, this is, again, the thing that we talk about all the time. When you're going up against great competitors, you don't want any 4s in your match because they can just create such an insurmountable lead at a time. And as you can see here, these 2 guys just going back and forth. Looks like that could be a bullseye there for Chris on the left-hand side. Ruled a 5, though. So still a 2-point game going into the turn here.
Well, Bradshaw and D'Onofrio switch sides. We're ready to go here for the second half. And at a certain point, if D'Onofrio's still trailing, you'd have to think he'll go for that kill shot.
Oh, absolutely. A couple flush bullseyes here. So it looks like the changing of lanes helps Chris here a little bit.
7, yeah, I already forgot. Yep.
Oh,
Okay,
and
drop
what do we
drop.
have here, Joe? We have a purposeful drop. Okay, so this probably is setting up that they're going to be going for kill shots from here on out.
That is incredible.
Interesting.
What a treat this is.
So we've seen some interesting strategy here this season, Joey, with players going for the kill shot on the first 2 throws. Now we get an interesting purpose drop. And it looks like both competitors hit the kill shot here. Wow.
How about that? Couple of kill shots from Bradshaw and D'Onofrio, and they're going to go for 2 more here.
Yeah, I think, after the drop on the 7th throw, they're going for kill shots all the way out. So it's just getting some good practice in, some good high-pressure throws.
Yeah, not only is this just a great match, a thrilling one to watch, but this is also just a great tune-up for these 2 to get ready for the postseason, and they make it back-to-back kill shots.
Man, they're making it look easy here, Joey.
Last throw.
So back-to-back kill shots, and they're going for the 3rd one here. Can we see the deadly unicorn?
Here it comes.
Wow. Both competitors have a shot at it here, 51-49. And it looks like Chris
I think
has
we've
done
got a
it.
deadly unicorn from D'Onofrio. and
Double.
We've got one
Wow.
from Bradshaw, the double deadly unicorn. Matt Bradshaw and Chris D'Onofrio embracing a hug. The 2
right,
top
57,
competitors of this
59.
league wrapping up the regular season in style. It's Bradshaw getting the win, 59-57.
Yeah, just when you thought you've seen everything, Joey, here we get triple unicorns or triple kill shots here to end this matchup, 59-57. Man, both competitors just at the top of their game. This is going to be a really fun Week 8 double elimination tournament. But, man, interesting strategy doing that purposeful drop on the 7th throw there to allow them to take 3 kill shots in the match. And, man, they are ready to go.
Yeah, I knew that was going to be a real treat to watch. It exceeded all the expectations. Did not see that triple kill shot coming at the end. And let's throw it down to D'Onofrio to get his thoughts on 3 straight kill shots.
That is our bonus shot. It's the one that everybody strives to get and get multiple of them, get the 64s and things like that. So being able to have that drop takes competition to a different level. It really makes you go, okay, you're good at kill shots? Let's drop. Cool, let's go. Let's see what happens. And tonight it's kind of worked for me a little bit. I've done it both my games, and I've hit all 3 of them. So it's each game. So it's one of those things where it just brings a little bit more fun, I think. A little bit more of that friendly competition, especially with those higher throwers. We can hit bulls all day. So why not let's go up 3 times instead of just going for the bull. So I love it. I love it. It's fun.
Well, the regular season is in the books, and Chris the Dagger D'Onofrio is in postseason form. He's ready to go. Let's take a look at the post-game wrap-up now. Well, Chris D'Onofrio was the leader coming in unbeaten, and he remains the leader. 27-1, his first loss of the season here today. He's averaging more than 55 points per game.
Yeah, Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw was able to take him down to ruin his perfect season here, Joey, but still Chris is at the top of the leaderboard, followed by Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw, Casey Nines, Hannah Brussel, Cody Yoakum, Sarah Murray, Stephanie Prine, Eric Schizzle, Everett Schuler, and Zachary Torble.
Those are the top 10. Looking forward to watching them in the postseason. That's going to do it for this episode of Battle Axe. For Bobby the Blade, I'm Joey Danya. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Battle Axe.